Apocalypse team, driven by two 14.4-volt motors, and has the same speed controller as used for bomb disposal robots.
Roboteers, stand by.
Last to go then, Adam Clark, who was once upon a time a mechanic at the Isle of Man TT motorbike races.
This is the Vector Armageddon competing in the featherweight class. It's designed around a brute force design with Lexan body armour on the front, high-powered torch for targeting purposes, and it's built on power.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Adam Clark and Vector of Armageddon. Which way is he going to go? Well, he attacks the first ramp, which is bold, because this has got a maximum climb of 35 degrees, this robot. Manoeuvring it well up and over the first ramp. Now, if he gets up and over the second ramp, he'll have done enough. He'll have beaten bugs, and he will go through. Which way is he going now, though? Very cautious. And stuck on that second ramp. Only a ground clearance of 1 millimetre, and I think that's costing him here. He may not get up and over, and time is running out.
Stop and deactivate robots.
So, look, I've got to ask, did Sergeant Bash burn out your communications?
No, it was just beached on the second ramp. It looks like the lip between the ground and the ramp was just too steep for it to get up.
I know it looks like a grass-cutting box, but it's a serious robot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's designed for very extreme ground clearance, and the ramp's just too steep for it, unfortunately.
Are you gutted?
Yeah, for this time, yeah.
Well done anyway.
He makes rockets in his spare time, Adam Clark. He's rocketing out of Robot Wars.
From Romford, corporal punishment.
Four 12-volt batteries power the electric motor, a two-wheel drive with a zero turning circle. Designer-builder Adam Clark had Vector of Armageddon in the first wars, which got stuck early on. The front lifting scoop will double as a ramming device. It only costs £50 to build.
Roboteers, stand by.
Corporal punishment with Adam Clark, once a weirdy-beardy who's been here before with a featherweight. And stuck on that second ramp. Only a ground clearance of 1 millimetre, and I think that's costing him here.
You haven't got much clearance on this, so is that going to make the ramp difficult?
After the last war, we don't do ramps.
Okay. And also, it's quite wide, so is that going to make the ram rig difficult?
It could be, I think, yeah, but we'll see how we squeeze through there.
3, 2, 1, activate.
He once built an armadillo for his brother and niece, so he's used to building things with protection. Enough protection against those circular saws, I wonder. Oh, this is a good run, though. Until Dead Metal comes in and pushes. Corporal punishment all the way back onto the ram rig. But this is a good surge of power and through. Great run.
Corporal punishment.
Well done, Adam Clark.
Come up to the podium. You were in the last war, weren't you, with a featherweight robot?
Yeah, I was, but then I shaved the beard off from the embarrassment. So.
Well, you've got a heavyweight now.
Yeah.
How do you find the difference?
The engineering's a bit easier because you can be a bit more lardy with the components you can choose. So,
yeah.
But other than that, you can have a lot more power. So
You did amazingly well.
Yeah,
I mean,
so well.
You bashed right the way through, bashed everything apart, and you're through to the end zone.
Yeah.
See you in the next round.
Thank you very much.
Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good run by Corporal Punishment and through, completing the course.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So the Robot Wars veteran, Adam Clark, takes on Shunt again. Listen to the screech of the tyres there. They want him out. Look at the smoke from the tyres, gaining grip, gaining purchase. Shunt wheels and turns and topples again. And the little dance of delight for Corporal Punishment.
Yeah, victory dance from you there. How do you feel about that?
It's not my problem now, is it?
Do you think it was going to go so well for you?
No, I thought it was going to go a bit worse actually, but managed to do a bit of manoeuvring and seemed to do the trick.
All that hard work for about 8-10 seconds.
Excellent, isn't it?
Not bad. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause.
The best sumo performance so far from Corporal Punishment, but one wonders how much punishment Shunt can take now, having been tipped off twice.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So will Corporal Punishment's lifting scoop come into play here against that deadly circular saw on the movable arm of Disruptor? A bit of toing and froing going on, testing each other out. There's the Disruptor team, Anthony Lockwood, Masayo Kobayashi and Wayne Martin. The the saw on the movable arm driven by the petrol engine. Good ram by Corporal Punishment. Don't forget the judges will evaluate aggression and style. Adam Clark, the 35-year-old designer driver of Corporal Punishment. Asayo saying, come on. You fancy a bit, then take us on. Matilda awaits in the PEZ. Ooh, now there's a little bit of a bent, damaged prong on the front of the Corporal Punishment lifting scoop. And in comes Matilda with the circular saw to cause damage here on Corporal Punishment. And the house robots close in for the kill. A lick of flame. The axe blade of Shunt, the chainsaw Matilda. And there waiting in the background was Bash as well. Not much damage caused on the aluminium shell though. Adam Clark, for some strange perverse reason, enjoying the damage and destruction to his own robot. Breaking away. Time running out though. Has to come in here and do something spectacular to win this against Disruptor now. Cool. Mean, moody and menacing. Disruptor. They look as if they could go through here. It'll go to the judges. Key points. Good aggression there from Corporal Punishment. And again, pushed away by Disruptor. But there's the damage caused to Corporal Punishment. And that affected mobility.
Okay, I've just got the decision. It's a very, very, very close contest, but the winner is Disruptor! Wow! How do you feel about that?
Waiting for the next one.
Waiting for the next one. You must be terribly disappointed.
I can build something new for next year now.
You can build something new for next year. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. See you in the next round, lad.
Internet insurrection. And the first of our contenders, Griffin, driven by Oliver Steeples, who's produced a well-laid-out and informative website. Plenty of detail and specs. Kilohertz, team on the right of your screens there, John Ree, Dominic. Their website has plenty of family snaps. Body Hammer with the Cold Fusion team, grand finalists in the First Wars, cartoon capers in the Second Wars. And completing the lineup for us, Corporal Punishment, a nominee for the Sportsmanship Award in these Second Wars, driven by Adam Clark, who's a professional website producer. This is a good site.
They're basically fan websites that have been put together since
The last war.
And basically it's really to sort out once and for all who's got the best one.
Adam reckons he's got a good one, and we think he hasn't. We're winning with 3 other robots, and so it should be interesting.
That should be good. Looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Roboteers, stand by.
All robots remote control driven, or are they?
3, 2, 1. Activate.
That's Corporal Punishment making the early time against Griffin on the spikes. Griffin needs to get out from there. That's Kilohertz and Griffin coming in. Oh, I thought I saw a chain flailed away from Matilda. Look at this. Bash is going and going. And all the teams love that. Griffin it was who turned the sergeant over. Corporal Punishment coming in to have a little bit of a piece of that a little bit too late. There's Kilohertz. And the house robots have seen the Kilohertz team celebrating the demise of Bash, and they want revenge. And Body Hammer being pressed in because they're going for Kilohertz here first, and over it goes. So Shunt gets revenge on behalf of Bash, and Kilohertz is gone. Immobilised. Shunt comes in for a little piece of damage too. I don't think Kilohertz is going to get back in action. This is just more damage onto the flames. Dead metal there at the top of your picture. Look at the slice out of that. No impact. Are you sure? Aha! That's what happened to the mascot. Body Hammer with the yellow stripes. Still in there fighting. This is Griffin. And again, that mighty heave. Oh, lifting ram. Body Hammer spins away, still very much alive, but now pinned in by Dead Metal. Look at the little flail there. Very dangerous, like a savage wasp sting. Dead Metal is bumped up into the air by Body Hammer. Turning again. Done well so far, Body Hammer. Little spin. That's Corporal Punishment being pinned in by the sergeant. I think that's the end of Corporal Punishment. They're immobilised, they're out of it. It's Body Hammer now against Griffin. Body Hammer doing all the aggression. Griffin pushed down by Dead Metal onto a spike, trying to get away there, look. I can see Matilda in the background. Ooh, good turning here by Griffin. That's good steering and control. Matilda's sparks fly. She senses victory could be hers. I don't think it can be, though. I think Griffin will get away, and this is a good attack in by Bodyhammer in underneath, but it's pinned in now under dead metal. I think Bodyhammer's now immobilised itself, and Griffin was still going at the end, only just. Who's won it? Very close.
We are waiting for a judge's decision. Before we decide, let's have a look at some of the highlights of that fight.
No doubting the early highlight for the crowd. Sergeant Bash flipped up and over by Griffin. Kilohertz celebrating, and this was their payback from the House Robots. That was enough really to put Kilohertz out of it. This is another great heave-ho from the aggressive Griffin. Bodyhammer pins itself in. Griffin still moving at the end. Very tight this.
And the judge's decision is Griffin! Griffin, come onto the platform!
From Kent, Alligator.
A team of work colleagues put together this reptilian robot, the blade as sharp as a gator's bite, and they mean to have fun down by the Bot Bayou, very short at 32 centimetres.
Alligator is powered by 4 wheelchair motors, 24 volt, which is supplied by 3 12-volt batteries, giving a total of 36 volt through it. We've got a spike on the back, which we hope to do damage with. 2 spikes on a lifting blade on the front, which should cause a lot of damage as well.
From Romford, Corporal Punishment.
Back after the second series with a new lifting scoop at the front, an aluminium shell, 2-wheel drive powered by 4 12-volt batteries, and whack, it's capable of giving out 6 of the best. And look at the change from the last series. There they had the front lifting prongs. Started well, but the prongs were bent and buckled and drove it onto the arena floor, and that meant it was vulnerable to the House Robots who closed in for the kill. The prongs have gone, replaced this time around by a front lifting scoop. Will it make all the difference?
I'm Adam Clark, and this is Corporal Punishment, coming back scarred from the last war. This time around, we've got a solid one-piece scoop on the front, which replaced the faults from last year, and the entire drivetrain has been upgraded. It's now running at 36 volts, independently sprung chassis, and an onboard gyroscope for some straight line stability, and hopefully we're going to prove the adage that speed kills.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Alligator team with Derek Stupples, there on the left-hand side, James Hogman and Steve Everton, and Corporal Punishment,
3,
Adam
2,
Clark, and his teammate there, Dave Dempster, on the left.
Activate.
And it's Alligator quickly in underneath Corporal Punishment, bucking it up in the air. The Alligator on top's okay. And meanwhile, Adam Clark and the Corporal Punishment team know they're in for a fight here as Matilda comes in with the 2 front tusks. Derek Stupples smiles. He dreams of hang gliding from the Empire State Building with a beautiful woman in tow. Well, he's got the beautiful James Hogman and Steve Everton in his control box today. And at the moment, it's Corporal Punishment hanging on in there. Alligator dragging it towards the pit. That's where they want to see Corporal Punishment go. Inching slowly, inexorably towards that pit. In comes Matilda with a blocking movement. You can see there the Matilda cam on top to take up the close-up pictures for you. Dragging now Corporal Punishment across the arena floor. And I think the problem with Corporal Punishment, it's impaled on the spikes on the back of Alligator. The House Robots trying to free the immobilised Corporal Punishment, get it off the back of Alligator to make a fight of this. But Corporal Punishment, for me, has been totally immobilised as the clock ticks down. And there can only be one winner here, and it's not going to be Adam Clark's Corporal Punishment team. In again comes Killalot.
Cease.
You can see the scars on Corporal Punishment, and they're out, I should think. Oh, yes, certainly so.
Well, it seems pretty plain to me, but the judges are still deliberating. While they deliberate, let's look at some of the highlights of that battle.
This is the key moment. Alligator straight in, underneath Corporal Punishment, and from then on in, you can just see it there. Being caught on the spikes on the top of Alligator, couldn't get free corporal punishment. In came Matilda and the rest of the house robots. And corporal punishment just couldn't get away. Almost went in the pit, of course. This is Killalot, look, trying to flick it up, also causing damage. Benton buckle corporal punishment spun in the air and down and out.
We have a judge's decision. It's a split decision. It's quite controversial. Alligator wins 2-1.
From Chadwell Heath, Romford in Essex, Whoa What?
It's the fourth time Adam Clark has fought in Robot Wars. But he's never managed to win a battle in that time. This is called Whoa What because his young son says robot that way, has 18-inch jaws to grab and pull other machines onto their
From
doom.
Stanning, Northamptonshire, Lamsey.
Driven by Ian Lockhart there on the right-hand side, his son Scott at the front, Anthony Tobel behind. Initially appears as a sheep, but the first time it flips, the outer body comes off and reveals the wolf with a vicious, lashing tail. The flipper can hoist 100 kilos. Sir Killalot's back. The claws can crush metal. And Shunter's in the arena again with a prototype electric motor.
Roboteers, stand by.
This the third of our round one Annihilator battles.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Ramsey is the heavier, is the slower. In comes Wowat with that claw. But at the moment, Lamsey just withstanding that tentative prod. Lost the sheep, mind you. Off it comes. It's bye-bye to the lamb out there, part of Lamsey. Very, very slow and being pushed away. Anyone for lamb kebab tonight? All the pushing done by Wowat. Oh dear. Was it a mascot for the Lamsey machine? I'd like to think yes, because it's playing no integral part to the proceedings whatsoever, apart from giving us a good old laugh. And there we have it. Roast lamb for you. And also, I think we're going to have lamb cubes any moment, if Wowat continues to push Lamsey into the house robots. Well, that's the end of the cute side of Lamsey. Adam Clark's machine has done all the work, but it's gone into the CPZ itself, and that means that Killalot can grab it. Well, as Wowat was pushing Lamsey in then to the corner patrol zone, it opened itself up for an attack. You see by Killalot coming out and crumpling. Now, I wonder if that's going to cause major damage to Wowat. This would be a real turn-up for the folks, because Adam Clark was well in command over Ian Lockhart and his team. And I think Wowat here are in real trouble. So Killalot, when it gets a robot into its claws, does not like leaving them go with a chance of staying in the competition. And Wowat crumpled and in major, major problems now facing Adam Clark. The ref bot had a look. Killalot came in. There is Adam, a web designer by trade. Every time he has a victory, he paints a gold tooth on his robot. Hence, there aren't many gold teeth there, are they, Adam? Let's be honest. And the ref bot counts down Wowat and out of Robot Wars. How about that? We thought it would be lambs to the slaughter, but somehow Ian Lockhart shepherded his machine away from trouble and left Wowat to be gobbled up by our house robot wolves, of which the nasty, brutal, gorgeous Sir Killalot is one. Oh dear. Well, the problem was, in his zest for glory and victory, just miscontrolled his machine, Adam Clark, into the CPZ. How many times have we seen that? There they go, the hopes of Wowat flown through the air. Real surprise. And a battering and bruising end. And his young son, who calls his machine Wowat, because he can't say it properly. Will say to his dad, it all went wrong. You told me you'd bring home the bacon. You didn't even bring me home a Lamsey, Adam. Down they go into the pit. And that's the end of Wowo.
Cease.
From the UK, Tornado.
And there's Tornado at 213 pounds with some sizable pushing power and a spinning disc that runs at 2,500 RPM.
Hi, we're Team Tornado. I'm Andrew, this is Brian, this is Dave. Our robot Tornado pushes all the other robots around. We're going to push Wowot around as much as we like. We're going to push him into the house robots. We're going to cut him to pieces and put him in the pit.
From the UK, Wowot.
And there's Wowot at 206 pounds with 18-inch pneumatic jaws to pull robots and lift them out of the arena. Let's see if they can do it.
I'm Adam Clark. I'm here at Robotic Warriors International Extreme Warriors, some head-to-head action with American robots. I've got some British robots to get out of the way first with Wowo, but that's not going to be a problem, and we're just going to go for some pure carnage.
Roboteers, stand by.
And there's Andrew marching at the controls in the middle for Tornado, and Adam Clark for Wowot. And the house spots in the corner patrol zone, Sir Kill-A-Lot. And joining him, Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, go.
Rapbot backs out of the way, and Wowot with those big old claws is getting pushed back by Tornado with some awesome pushing power. And he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Wowot better get out of there, and not by Sergeant Bash's help. Tornado tries to help him a little bit. It takes a chunk out of Bash. And look at the claws go down into Wowot. Sergeant Bash is not letting go. He's like a pit bull. And now he lets go. Wowot took some damage on that time. Those claws have not come down to the ground. I don't know who he thinks he's fighting. But meanwhile, Tornado is taking that spinning disc and shredding the rear side of Wowot, tearing up what little was left after Bash's encounter, and takes him from the side, Tornado. So much power in this bot, trying to put him back into the corners and let the house bots take care of him. And Kill-A-Lot, out of his corner, pushes Wowot back in the corner. Wowot's trying to fight back with that claw. That thing is dragging really low, and he's got not enough speed to grab anything. Maybe a snail. Tornado is just pushing Wowot at will. Poor Adam Clark is getting pushed around up in the box. He's trying everything he knows to get that bot in competitive motion. But he's having some troubles there as the pit trigger gets hit. Fantastic strategy on Tornado's part, who pushes Wowot right to the edge of the pit, and he's dropping him down. Tornado just was dominating all the way through this round, and you can say goodbye to Wowot. Wave for the audience, will you?
From Dorking in Surrey, Agrobot 3.
Third appearance in Robot Wars, never beyond the heats.
Okay, talk me through the weaponry quickly.
Weaponry, very, very quickly. Those are jaws, they're clamping jaws. That was a 30-mile-an-hour sign, and that's what it does.
Ooh!
So we can't get an extra speeding round our way.
Did you get caught by a camera when you did that?
Not now, not now.
A stealth-shaped pointed wedge with lifting arms and cutter, similar to Sir Kill-A-Lot, works both ways up. Lightweight laminated armour that shunt won't penetrate, agile but subject to driver error, they tell me.
From Chadwell Heath in Essex, 259.
Oh, this looks very frightening to me.
Talk me through this robot. It's gorgeous.
There's a weapon, which is this large disc. spins upwards about 130 mile an hour.
Oh, okay.
In the qualifiers, we basically put out all 3 opponents in under 30 seconds. So
lovely. That's all we need to hear.
100 kilos in weight, has that vertical spinning weapon, only 9 miles an hour top speeds, quite a big ground clearance, and Adam Clark hasn't had the best of luck in previous wars.
From Battersea in London, Infernal Contraption.
A big spinning drum thing.
Okay, 2 first-timers in this next battle.
Yes.
Before I ask you what on earth's going on there, I'm going to say, do you want to know who you're up against?
I would like to know that.
Infinity, 259, and Agrabot.
Okay, 259, 3 numbers I don't mind.
And now what's this bit in your hand?
Well, this bit is a bit that decided not to work in our garage this morning.
What is it?
It's a speed controller.
Can you get it done in time?
Oh yeah, it's just a case of being out.
Watch for the swinging drum between the wheels. Can get up to speed in 3 seconds so they don't have to wait between attacks for the weapon to recover. And that weapon has 4 big teeth.
From Aberystwyth in Wales, Infinity.
To Infinity and the pond or something like that.
Hello.
Hello, first time at Robot Wars. How are the nerves coping?
They're not. They're going mad.
Are you driving?
Oh no.
Who's driving?
I am for my sins.
259,
yes.
Agrabot,
yes.
and Infernal Contraption.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Going home now.
You're going home now?
I've had enough already.
Claws and diamond-tipped spikes provide the weaponry, runs both ways up, has strong armour, but exposed wheels, and the team does lack experience.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams up in the pods. Agrabot 3, Captain Moped Elites on the left, 259 and Adam Clark on the right-hand side. And now on the left there, Infinity, their Captain Steve Fernon, on the right, Infernal Contraption, and their Captain Jonathan Peli. There in the arena for the house robots, the flamethrower, Sergeant Bash, and Sir Killalot with the pincers and that deadly lance.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So here we are, the first of our 4-way melees in this heat. And immediately, a little bit slowly into the action goes Infernal Contraption there in the middle. 259 looks potentially very, very destructive. Infernal Contraption and Infinity do a little bit of battle, and Infinity is already bent and buckled. Also doing good work out there is Agrabot 3, very experienced. Once beat Razor, I seem to remember, in Robot Wars 3, Agrabot, trying to get in underneath Infernal Contraption. Low ground clearance, Infernal Contraption. Infinity has pressed the pit release button. Well, it needs some sort of merciful release to get it out of it. Oh, pain! And Infinity has decided enough is enough, and they've driven straight into the pit. They released the pit button and went straight into it, which is sensible. Mind you, when you consider the punishment they'd already taken, was that a sensible move? Now look at this, 259 bumping and barging against Infernal Contraption, which is invertible. It means it can run both ways. A lot of robots can these days. There's Agrabot to the left. That's Infernal Contraption. And it seems to me Infernal Contraption had taken damage, and I wonder if we've seen some sort of plexiglass just thrust across the arena there from 259, ripped away from Infernal Contraption. You can see there some sort of shard has gone from the top of it. Agrabot in against one of the arena sidewall angle grinders. Yes, you can see there the damage to Infernal Contraption on the top, and there's more now. And it was 259 that came in with that mighty weapon. We heard Adam Clark describing it early on again. I'll tell you what, there's some bruisability in that big spinning wheel. We're not talking about spinning fine lace out of that. We're talking about, metal munching. Infernal Contraption is feeling the pain. There's poor old Infinity down in the pit, and Infernal Contraption wants to get in there with him. Go on, please. Move up, punch up, punch up. I'm going to get in there as well. Record counting them down. Well, the crowd know that it's the end of Infernal Contraption.
Cease.
And they go out, along with Infinity and Agrabot 3, and the impressive 259 are through.
Roboteers, stand by.
A lot of hype then for Adam Clark and 259. Not without reason, though. Nick and Isabel Adams and Wildfinger seeded 9. In the arena for the house robots. Dead metal, spinning madly. And they're alongside to fight for us. Matilda, Grizzly, Ugly.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Will the new kid on the block, 259, destroy Wild Thing. Who've been there, done it, put the logo on the back. 259, bunching and bruising into Wild Thing, tossing it over and over and over. Look at this. This is determined destructibility from 259. Dog with a bone there. Wild Thing. Can there be any life left after that sort of formidable onslaught? Well, Nick Adams is very experienced. He's a good driver. And he turns Wild Thing away from the blade onto the side of 259 to hold on there. Holding on for grim death, really. Stay away from that spinning flywheel. Oh, has the wheel stopped? Wild Thing got away from that sort of bashing and bruising, and then the spinning wheel seemed to stop. Now this could be absolutely decisive, because without that wheel, what has 259 got? At the moment he's running away, to be honest. He's pressed the pit release button, Adam Clark, and now it becomes very cagey, and I wonder who's got the extra thrust and shove. 259 weighs in at 100 kilos, Wild Thing 97. But Wild Thing, piggybacking up on 259, has turned this battle on its head there. I don't know whether it was by design or luck, which is what Nick Adams said they'd need at the start of this show. And certainly 259's weapon being immobilised has played into Wild Thing's favour. Now it becomes a real tug of war. Wild Thing pushes 259 back onto the flame pit. This is real nip and tuck now. Oh, and do you see the belt there, right in the arena centre? That's Adam Clark's weaponry drive belt that's come off. So no wonder that big old circular disc is no longer spinning, and Nick Adams looks on. Wild Thing has come right back into this after 259's destructive onslaught early on. Now is Wild Thing still going? Can Adam Clark yet turn this battle, or is his machine finished? I think 259 is immobilised. There's the belt. I think it is finished. Well, this is a major upset. For me, Wild Thing will go through.
What an amazing fight! What a spectacle! It's going to have to go to the judges while they're making up their minds. Let's review the highlights.
No doubt about it, early on, 259. Brilliant. That is so impressive. Huge mark scored. Wild Thing, no way back into the fight on the evidence of that. But here, coming up, is the decisive moment. 259, and that's where the weaponry went. That's where the belt came off, look. And the whole fight turned. There it goes. That effectively was the end of 259.
And the judges have made their decision. It's based on style, control, damage and aggression. However, 259 was immobilised. They've gone for Wild Thing!
Noel, you're the judge. You're sitting here. Well, the three of you are sitting here making decisions like that, which obviously are controversial. You can tell that by the reaction of the audience. What happened? Surely 259 should have won on aggression.
It should have won easily. I mean, we're very sad about making the decision. 259 battered Wild Thing all over there. Wild Thing, the new Wild Thing performed very badly, but ultimately 259 was immobilised. It's a bit like a fight with two boxers, with one boxer's doing all the work, and then in the end there's a lucky punch and he goes down, and that's how it was. And we didn't want to have to make that decision, but we have to be fair and consistent, and that's Robot Wars.
Okay, thanks, Noel. I'll let you get on with your very important work. They're going for a cup of tea now.
From Ellistown in Leicester, Judge Shred 2.5.
Has previous experience on Robot Wars, but no real success.
You're up against 259.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
I know.
Are you horrible enough to cope?
No, I don't think so. We're too weak and feeble.
Has a low profile with multiple body panels for damage limitation, a flipper and stream X speed, maneuverability, strength, powerful flipper, good control.
From Chadwell Heath in Essex, 259.
This is the fourth machine created for Robot Wars by Adam Clark.
Miners, what you've got to incinerate Judge Shred?
Huge vertical disc, 8 or 9 horsepower electric motor to drive it, driving skill and aggression.
That vertical spinner creates intense kinetic energy on hitting, slow at 9 miles an hour though, the heavier here at 100 kilos, but I don't really think Adam trusts his own driving, you know.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's the Judge Shred boys, Alan and Paul Blakeman. And Adam Clark for 259. In the arena for the house robots, Growler, that's Mr. Psycho's dog, and Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, activate.
259, statuesque, upright. Judge Shred the quicker, there goes the flipper. They're fighting for the UK, don't forget, for the right to go through to meet a German machine in this special event. Out comes Growler, and watch for those formidable jaws. If they get a clamp on you, Judge Shred, you are finished. 259 simply watches on. And Malud, I'm afraid, the scales of justice are tipping against you. Up on its side, Judge Shred, 2.5. 259. And Adam Clark waiting, I think, for them to bash down. There's no movement there, is there at all? Not even a flicker. They're locked together, nothing going on. The ref bot comes in to have a look. The 259 spinning disc was slightly moving. Should this go to a judge's decision as to who was immobilized first? The pit release has been sounded. It's time, Growler, to smash and bash and rid the arena of all this trash. Because they've not been greatly impressive, have they? And Judge Shred is being counted out. And not before time. That was miserable. Out goes Judge Shred. Not fit to fly the flag. A smile. It was ironic, I can promise you. And the judge is not about to be sent down, sent flying. More likely. Oh, Growler was waiting. Flying through the air. Look at Growler. Imagine that pooch in a kennel in your backyard. Take some feeding, wouldn't it? Judge! Goodbye.
Cease. Roboteers, stand by.
The ref bot's in the arena. So too is Dead Metal spinning away. And Mr. Psycho.
2, 1.
You don't want to get too near Mr. Psycho's hammer blows. Fluffy's weaponry already building up to speed. So too 259's vertical disc. Intriguing this, isn't it? The difference in the weaponry. And immediately Fluffy bashing onto the side panels of 259. And is that a drive belt coming loose there for 259? It certainly seems to be. For me, a drive belt for the wheels. The weaponry still moving. But what has gone wrong? Well, it's not maneuverable. Oh, my goodness me. There goes a drive chain. 259's in all sorts of bother here. It was the extreme strength of Fluffy's onslaught. And another massive attack has sent 259 toppling. What ease. They simply thrust 259 aside. You are talking 100 kilos there being flicked almost effortlessly. Look at that, they turn and bang! The impact of the weaponry. Enormous from Fluffy. No way back for 259 there. Its very innards were being ripped out by the second. Look, buckled and bent. The bottom of your screen. Oh, and Mr. Psycho's ready as well. As soon as Redbot counts this out. Come on, Psycho. That's Mr. Psycho to you. Go on, get ready. Bang, down comes the hammer. The mightiest machine ever in Robot Wars. No, not Adam Clark's 259. I'm talking Mr. Psycho here. Gets ready for another blow. Just bends the metal of 259 and in goes dead metal. A bit of slice and dice. 259, I hope, mercifully, will be put out of its anguish any moment. There's very little of that machine left, cohesively joined to another part. This thing's hanging off in everywhere. And down into the pit goes 259. Fluffy worthy winners. A real match for anything that Germany can put up.
From Edinburgh in Scotland, Typhoon Twins.
More air cadets. Who's left manning the defences?
Let's have a look at the peak under there. You can see 2 robots. So how do you get away with putting 2 robots in there?
Well, we've got them joined together by wire and put paper on, and they act as one robot.
So as long as they go in as one robot, you're all right?
Yeah.
So then what happens? You're going to separate first.
Yeah.
So your 2 targets, not one. Then spin up.
And then spin up, and then.
And then what?
And
then what? What does the damage?
The claws around there.
Right, you got claws all around the base there.
Yeah.
And who are you going to go for first?
I think we might go for Mammoth.
And being double the trouble, who are you going to go for first?
We'll just see what happens.
Anyone that she's not going for?
Yeah.
This could either work really well or be disastrous. Good luck. Thanks.
The Clusterbot are 2 contra-rotating lightweight versions of Typhoon, Thunder and Lightning, rotating cones with a heavy steel outer ring fitted with 4 claws but can be toppled.
From Romford in Essex, 259.
Adam Clark here, a worthy roboteer.
259, a legendary robot. Now the big one had its faults, didn't it?
It had some drawbacks. Exposed belts, one of them. We've got a 1500 RPM disc that's going to deter anyone trying to get to the belts.
But you could still kind of get in from the side and cut. Why don't you just cover them up, Adam?
They're covered from the side, 1/2-inch dural.
Yeah, but you could cover them up all the way around. I don't understand. If you know that subconsciously, do you think you want to lose?
It's a karma thing. We don't have to build the ultimate robot. We go out there to have fun, build a big weapon, to see what happens.
There's me thinking people went out there to win.
The vertical spinning disc has a 750-watt weapon motor. 250-watt drive motors generate 7-mile-an-hour top speeds. It's a new design, no Streamec.
From Rosendale in Lancashire, Doom 2.
Splendid, vivid, but doomed, I fear.
Now, do my eyes deceive me, or is this... Am I knocking on wood?
Yes.
I just don't understand why you would bring a wooden robot to Robot Wars.
Neither do we.
I don't want to put a downer on you. But what are you hoping to achieve with a wooden robot?
To survive against the thing behind us.
259
Yes.
and a wooden robot. If you survive, you will go down in Robot Wars history.
Yeah.
The likelihood is...
We'll end up in bits.
Sawdust.
Yes.
But good luck.
They'll need it. Pushing power provides the weaponry, a windscreen wiper motor, the power, an inverted wheelbarrow, the shape, very thin armour. And wood, are you sure?
From Southend-on-Sea in Essex, Mammoth.
Will it be extinct soon?
Okay, the Mammoth team are here. You're up against 259 and the Typhoons, as I call them. Now, we've always seen you as a bit of a comedy robot, haven't we? We've
yes,
never really taken you seriously.
You're very wise.
Do you feel that's not been justified?
No.
Are you just going to be matched in minutes, or do you think
We kind of learned from
well?
Typhoon last year, and we sort of protected it a little bit, but then this big spinny, 259 turned up, so...
259's a demon.
He is. He looks really, really mean.
Take my word for it, and I'll see you sliced up the other side.
Oh, thank you.
A four-legged walking robot with a 500mm rear saw and front 300mm cylinder cutter with a flail. It's a walker. It's very, very slow.
Roboteers, stand by.
To the teams then, Mammoth, Ian and Stuart Burrell on the left-hand side, Typhoon twins Neil Harrison and Corporals Alistair McLeod and Kerry Scott. Doom 2, David Smith, his dad Gideon and his pal Simon Rushton on the left, and there's Adam Clark of 259 on the right. There's Shunt in the arena for the house robots, and there's Dead Metal, an old pairing.
3, 2, 1.
Quick to split then in this second of our middleweight melees. The Clusterbot Typhoon twins has been an important change to the regulations in Robot Wars. Used to be if one part of a Clusterbot went down, the robot was out, but now you can survive and fight on. I don't think Mammoth is going to fight on any longer. They've been toppled the walker, and look at the damage already to Doom 2 from 259's massive vertical disc. The Typhoon twins causing damage, 259 too. They're the best machines we've seen in this second melee. 259, oh, I know where he's going. That's the pit release. Oh, Typhoon, one of the twins has bounced back and is out, down into the pit. When I was talking about that change in the rules, it's come just in time for Typhoon twins because the second twin can fight on. Previously, they'd have been beaten and out by now. The Walker Mammoth is extinct, to be honest. They've gone, they're never going to be able to turn turtle. That's a shame. I'm a big admirer of engineers who construct a walking machine, but it'll take something extra for a walker to one day win an important Robot Wars trophy. Mammoth's not going to be that machine. They're out, they've gone. And that leaves Doom 2, one part of Typhoon twins and 259 fighting on, and who's going to lose? Chances of Doom 2, sawdust begins to fly. Wouldn't it be nice to see a walker win one day? Wouldn't it be nice to see Doom 2 survive? But hey, it ain't going to happen, is it? The legs are scuttling, but there's no one at home. The lawnmower blade of Mammoth may be sliced by Dead Metal as they look on there, Ian and Stuart Burrell, the Mammoth boys. Doom 2 close, too close for comfort, I would have thought. That is the floor flipper. Doom 2, get out of there or be flipped at your peril. And we've got double tandem flyers. Oh, and here's Stuart delighted. Why? Because suddenly Mammoth has been righted by the floor flipper. They're back in contention. I don't think Doom 2 is. The Mammoth are alive and fighting again. For how much longer? Dead Metal has them, cornered in there. Mammoth. How quickly can you run? Not quick enough. Doom 2's gone down. Mammoth's gone down too. That leaves the Typhoon twins at 259 left. Oh, that was great. See him running like that.
Three, two, one.
A lot of pride at stake for the Edinburgh Air Cadets, and when they split as they have done there, the Typhoon twins, let me tell you that one of them has a red flag on top, the other a white flag. Typhoon, the big one in the middle there, has a black flag next to Steel Sandwich, which took a heck of a buffeting there. Steel Sandwich with a very low centre of gravity, but slow speeds as well. 8 mile an hour top speeds, just nudging in on Typhoon. 259 takes a direct bearing, I think. Yeah, in the end towards the pit release. We've seen Adam Clark do that in the ball. One of the Typhoon twins very near the pit. 259 overturn, topple. Can they recover from there on the edge of the CPZ? He's trying to get the vertical disc to get a grip so that he can self-right Adam Clark, and I don't think he's going to be able to do so. The Typhoons are trying to whip up a storm either side of Steel Sandwich. The twins, the smaller of the two, with the side skirts. The Typhoon twins, Thunder and Lightning, gang up as 259 is about to be counted out by the ref. Well, that is such a shame. They're counting out with the ref for 9. 259 hits 10 and out. They've gone. The hopes of Adam Clark, that is. Oh, looks pensive and disappointed as Growler tries a little nip. Tries to get some sort of purchase. You just saw John Frizzell in the Steel Sandwich controls. I'm not too sure if they're moving freely. The Steel Sandwich simply moving on one side. 259 on the floor flipper, courtesy of Dead Metal. They're about to be flung into the air. Flying over the war zone as the Edinburgh Air Cadets, Typhoon twins and Typhoon look on. 259 crashes down very close to Growler's jaws. A wry smile on the face of Adam Clark as Growler comes in for a bit of metal munching. Takes a grip, 259. Dash, dented. Something's come loose on one side there. The control box, I think, dangling away into the pit. 259 out of the contest. Steel Sandwich about to be counted out as well. They're not fully mobile. I did mention that 2 or 3 minutes ago. You see this wheel on this near side isn't moving as Lightning comes in. We're into the last 10 seconds and the judges will have to decide who wins it, Typhoon or the Typhoon twins. It's a right royal RAF Air Cadet ripper in Edinburgh. The judges have to decide which way the winds of fortune will go.